All right, y'all, we back. It's your boy Street Costello. About to get into this video. It's a story time. I've been wanting to react to story time because I be sitting here watching them joints and I be commentating in my head like, you know what I mean? But now we're going to get right into it. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Follow me on Instagram at Street Costello. Let's go.
You've seen the title of the video. Your girl is back again with another story time. If you're new to my channel, hey girl, hey. If you're a returning subscriber, I don't have to say anything because you know what's up, I know what's up, we know what's up.
Why women feel like the story times is all for women and women only? Like, nah, we want to hear y'all shit too.
Again with another story time.
You know what I mean?
I feel like I haven't done one of these in a while. And actually I haven't told y'all a dating story time in a while. So let's go ahead and get into it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, so let me give y'all the backstory before we get into the story time. So this has happened to me.
And she got a ring on. Is she married? Like, is this one of them like pre-marriage type joints, or she about to give us a story about her husband? You know what I mean?
A few times. Y'all know when I first moved to Houston, I used to live on
Oh, she right here in the city.
I used to go on a bunch of dates and I would meet like 95% of these men on like Hinge, Bumble, Plenty of Fish, Black, all the apps, girl. And
she pretty too.
Prior to that, I have like homegirls that would be on dating apps as well. And Houston is a big city, but it's not a huge city. A lot of the people that
it's just
are
a
on
big
those apps,
metropolitan.
they're still on those apps, and there will be a few times where I will follow somebody or follow the guy that I matched with on a dating app, and then I will see that he's my friend is a mutual, or an acquaintance of mine is a mutual, and anytime I would ask a friend about the person, they'll be like, oh, I met him on this app. Or like even some of y'all, it's been times where y'all have asked me about guys and y'all live in Houston, and I'm like, oh yeah, this was a person that I went on a date with from a dating app. Like, it never fails.
Don't put us in it.
Like clockwork.
Hey y'all, so I'm editing right now and I just realized I probably confused the hell out of y'all. So for example, say I just moved to Kansas City and I don't know nobody in Kansas City.
Switching to this video confused us.
City because you just moved there and you don't follow anybody in that city. I typically do not follow people that I don't know. The only people I follow that I don't know personally is y'all. Like, if y'all follow me, I will follow y'all back. But say you follow somebody off a dating app on socials and then you notice that he's following Asia just moved here. You don't know her personally. So that's what I mean by I would follow people online, and the one or two mutuals that we do have, I know for a fact that you met them from talking to them on dating apps, because this has happened to me like clockwork. And I'm only saying this, and I know this for sure because, like I said, prior to moving to Houston, I didn't follow anybody here because I didn't know anybody here. So 9 times out of 10, I just know that you also followed this person here because you met them on a dating app. I hope that makes sense. I hope I didn't confuse y'all even more.
But
yeah, on Facebook alone right now, like all of a sudden, because I'm from Virginia. I've been in Houston since September. It's June now. But a lot of people is still, like, people that pop up as people you may know, they're still Virginia. But now I'm starting to see more and more people from Houston. I don't know these people, but it say Houston.
With somebody that I went on a date with. I don't even want to, it was 2 dates, y'all. We briefly dated a couple years ago. So this is the person I'm giving y'all the story time about. So before we get into this video, let me go ahead and read y'all the tweets, because I just want to go ahead and set the tone. I just want to go ahead and preface the video by saying this is the type of person that we're dealing with, okay? And I am going to put a screenshot of these tweets on the screen so y'all can see, like, let me find the first tweet or whatever. It's not even a tweet, y'all. This was on, I believe, Threads. So the first tweet was, in the
tweets, Threads, haven't dated this man in
over 5 years.
Twitter Lite.
And this is still how he's tweeting in 2026. Not 5 years, y'all. 3 years. It's been 3 years. So thread or tweet number 1. Date cancel. She doesn't have her own LLC. Okay.
What does not owning a business have to do with anything?
The first date needs to be at least $300.
This boy got a minimum set. The balance is crazy.
Let me see if she sent another one. Not gonna lie, I deserved a lot of effed up things that was done to me by my exes. Don't let the law degree fool you. I just learned that beans are a starch and not a vegetable. A woman deserves another chance if she cheats. Men don't.
Wait, so this was coming from a female? I'm confused.
I'm sure y'all can probably guess why it didn't work. We didn't even make it to a third date because this man was.
So this
Let's
was
just
from a
get into
dude.
it, girl. I'm not gonna do no name calling.
So a dude said
So
the
boom.
girl
At
deserves
the
another
time,
one, but the men
like
don't.
I said, this
A
happened
man
few
said
years ago,
that?
so I do not recall if this was either Hinge or Bumble. I don't know. It was one of the two of the apps. We ended up matching on there, and I just remember in his bio picture, he had a suit on, very professional profile. It was honestly given a LinkedIn profile.
That
Y'all,
nigga
this
just
man
came from
made
court.
his occupation, his entire personality. If you ever dealt with a woman or a man like
Traffic
that,
tickets.
you know how annoying those people are. Like, imagine you meet me, and I be like, I'm a YouTuber. I post videos online. I'm an investor. Like, imagine if y'all met me and that was my personality. Like, I hate people where they're not bigger than, like, they're nobody outside of their occupation. Like, I get if you were a doctor, okay. Like, if I went to school for 6 years and I'm a doctor, you best believe I'm introducing myself in non-professional settings as, hi, it's doctor. Like, it's doc. Of course, because I earned that. But okay, y'all. Well, I was about to say he was a lawyer, so that definitely does make sense. But at the same time, it was too much. But we'll get into it. So on his profile, it said
he always got a case.
Entrepreneur. I think he put he was an attorney, and we'll get into that later. Attorney, investor. It was some other things on there, but everything was under the lines of investor,
scammer,
real estate investor, things of that sort or whatever. Very professional profile, very short and sweet. It was really clean, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. I looked the man up on LinkedIn. His LinkedIn pretty much matched his dating profile, and he was attractive. So we end up matching on the app. Immediately in the app, I was just curious on what type of law he was practicing, because he didn't really explain that. It literally just said that he was a attorney or a lawyer at the time. I want to say that he was okay. He put that he was an attorney. I just wanted to know what type of law he practiced, y'all. This man sent me back a dissertation. It was 7 paragraphs. Like, I just wanted to know if you the people that sue people or if you're the type of person that defends the people that are getting sued. Like, which one are you? I just wanted to know what type of man I was dealing with, because that would have let me know, and that would have told me a lot about him. But I'm not gonna lie, I don't recall what he said, because like I said, he sent back like 7 paragraphs. It was so long. So, like,
he's an entertainment lawyer. He handles copyrights, so we're communicating,
doing small talk. And at the time, I believe I worked for Oracle at this time. It was very brief, y'all, but I was telling him about my occupation, what I did. For the most part, y'all, social media, I do marketing. That's like my main thing, social media. And then some of y'all know I own a travel business. Shameless plug, follow Official Travel Babes on Instagram.
Get your promotion on.
But yeah, y'all know what I do. And at the time, I didn't have a travel business. I did do YouTube. But y'all, YouTube is a passion. It's something that I do on the side. This is nothing that I would say that this is my job. I don't look at YouTube as like, oh, I'm clocking into a job. This is just something that I do on the side to supplement my income, because I do have like other things going on. So at that time, I told him the company that I was working for, we were talking about that, and he actually immediately within that first little maybe 2 to 3 messages going back and forth, he was like, oh, my client actually sued them. And fast forward, y'all, if y'all don't know what Oracle is, they actually they laid off a whole bunch of people because of everything that's going on with AI. So it's a lot going on with them. But at the time, the company was doing well at this time. Like, they weren't laying off a lot of people, but he claimed that his client used to work for them, and he was suing the company. He had told me this long drawn out story, and at the time I was working for the company, so I was just like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. So I'm thinking I'm getting like some insider tea. He's telling me all of this stuff. It was just very drawn out. We probably was on the app for like no more than 2 days before I gave him my contact, and we started texting. Within like the first maybe day of him having my number, he was asking all the right questions, like what do I like to do, what do I like to eat. Keep in mind, I told him, y'all know, if you are OG on this channel, you know that my favorite food is seafood. Like, anything that came out of the sea, that's my food. Like, anything I could put butter and some Cajun seasoning on it, if butter and Cajun seasoning go with it, that's my type of meal. So I told him seafood. We're just doing a whole bunch of small talk. And y'all, I just recall like the first red flag was he asked me what my shoe size was, and I am 5'5" and I wear a size 9. So for a woman, I feel like I have big feet.
Trying to see if you was a dude
So I told him, well, it depends on the shoe. So I'll say 8.5 to a size 9. Like a 9 is really closer to my size.
You wear a
So I
phone
told him I
posit.
wear a
You wear like a
size
10. So
9. And he was just
Harachis,
like, okay, like
shorty
what's
at
your
a
favorite
10
color?
piece.
Tell us my favorite color. He asked me all of these questions. Like y'all would have thought that he was about to subpoena like a shoe company, because he was getting all the details. Like everything with him, it kind of just gave like, I'm a lawyer, and it was just too much. But girl, tell this man my shoe size. He asked like what type of feet I liked. Am I a white toe type of girl? Not feet. What type of style of
Gotta
manicure
have
and
the white,
pedicure? Like,
man.
am I a white toe type of girl?
Either
So
white
you
or
would
pink.
think like, okay, this
More on
man's
the
gonna
white
send me
side.
money to like get my
The
nails
pink
done,
cool
or
too,
like,
but
you know, he's
the white way
about
is
to
set.
purchase me shoes or something of that sort, because he was asking a whole bunch of questions. And I have dealt with Dusties in the past that will ask questions but would never follow up with anything. But y'all, his questions was very abnormal and very detailed. Like it was just like the stylish shoe. Are you a heel type of girl or a flat? Like, are you a stiletto? Like he was asking all of the questions. So I'm like, okay.
You get it from the
Okay, like
sisters.
he's trying to see what type of shoes I wear. And then y'all, after all of that, the first red flag, he asked me for a picture of my feet. And at the time, I was just like,
He one of
because
those.
I can't lie, y'all. I do not have pretty feet. Like God couldn't give me a cute face, a body, yada yada, and feet. Like, and God
So
said,
you
okay,
just skip the
there
feet.
we're gonna have
Like
to
nah,
humble you.
not
Like
the
we're
feet.
not giving you cute feet. So I do not have cute feet. So immediately it was like, ugh, yuck. Like why are you asking me about my feet? Like he wanted to see my feet. And
We all saw
I don't
Boomerang.
think it's weird. Y'all
We know what it
there's
is.
men that are into, they have feet fetishes, or even if they're not into feet,
I can't
they
stand
want to date
feet,
a
but they
girl
better
with
be
cute
pretty
feet.
though.
Like I be watching dating shows sometimes, and I would see a lot of men, they would comment on women's feet. Like that's just a thing. Men are attracted to feet. But at the time, I'm not a part of the cute itty bitty small feet committee. So I was just like,
No, you wear Shaq
no,
shoes.
I'm not sending you a picture of my feet. And he was just like, you didn't seem like the type to, but I thought I'll ask. And I'm like, maybe you will get to see my feet, like with whatever shoes that you purchase. He's like, shoes purchase? I didn't purchase you any shoes. And then I kind of cringed because I was just thought he was insinuating that he was going to get me shoes, because he was asking me so many questions about these shoes. So at the time, I don't think, because I would have definitely unsent it if this happened today, I would have unsent it. But at the time, I don't think iMessage had it where you can edit or unsend messages. This was before that iOS upgrade, y'all. So I'm cringing and I'm like, damn, I might as well not even reply, because this man did not tell me that he was getting me shoes. But I just,
It was either one or the two. One, he was either asking because he was insinuating that he might have got her some shoes, or is willing to get her some shoes, like something that he wants to see her in, but still something that's up her alley. Like if she's in the hills, he was going to get her some heels, but some heels that he would like to see on her. But it also could be he had that in mind, but when she came out and said, whatever shoes you get me, he would probably be like, damn, so you just expect me to get you some shoes? Like, I mean, you know how men get. I mean, women the same way. I mean, it's like, I was going to do it, but now it's almost like you're like pushing me to do it. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of like I was going to do it on my own, but it's almost like now you're asking me to do it. It's kind of, it hit a little different. So I don't know.
soon,
Homie might just have a feet fetish. He might be one of those.
because he was asking me all these questions. Fast forward to our first date, and I don't even really want to call this a date, because I told him that I was going to an event. There's a few run clubs in Houston, and at the time I was trying to meet more people, y'all, because you know what they say, like your community and your circle is the type of people that you're going to date. Like the places that you frequent, those are 9 times out of 10 where you're going to find your person. So I ended up telling him that I was joining this run club, and he asked if he can join me. So this was quote unquote the first date, but I wouldn't really consider a workout a date, y'all. So fast forward, we get there, and I remember I parked, and I told this man that I was parking, and he asked me if they had valet. Mind you, y'all, we're at Herman Park. If you in Houston, you know where that park's at.
Mm-hmm.
Very chill.
Yeah, it's mad relaxed.
Do they have valet? Do they have valet? That valet to park a car to go on a run? What? So I was just like, I don't know, like this is my first time coming here, but that was another thing that threw me off. Like he is so pretentious. He like to act like he's more than what he is. Like, what do you mean do they have valet? What? But I digress, y'all. I continue. So boom, park. I wait for him and we meet up. He has this gear on, y'all. I have on my cute little set. It was more of a walk, y'all, because at this time I wasn't like, now, your girl, now, let me see. Okay, ain't get my steps in yet today.
I don't even wear
but your
my
girl
Apple
get her
Watch.
steps in. I don't play about my steps, but then 2 miles, 2 to 3 miles a day was a lot for me. But so we didn't really do the run, y'all. We did the walk. We did a walk with a cute little jog in between. Maybe every 5 to 10 minutes we did a little jog. So we're walking, we're talking. The entire time, this man is telling me about one of his clients. At the time, I'm not going to mention who the person was because I think he's a liar. But he told me that one of his clients was a very well-known celebrity or whatever. He was defending somebody that was a celebrity. And this is how I call him in a lie, because he told me, like, remember, when people lie, they cannot keep up with their lies, y'all. So we're running. He's telling me about this client, and again, y'all, I'm thinking I'm getting some insider tea, because I'm like, who he getting sued for two million? That happened? Like, that's crazy. And then another thing, as a lawyer, that's a profession where outside of your profession, you still have to be professional. Like, I see lawyers and people online, and they have social media accounts, and they do talk about like clients and stuff like that, but I feel like
Shout out
it's
to
a law
Stephen
that
L.
prohibits you
out
from
in
talking about your
Virginia.
clients. But he was telling me all of this man's business, don't know how true or not it is, because it's probably public information, so that's probably why he didn't care. But he was spilling all the beans about this man's case, and he was just saying, if I win this case, this is how much I'm going to be making. And keep in mind, he was throwing out numbers. He was saying that he had this man on a retainer. So I was
like an ambulance
doing the math
chaser
in my hand. I'm like, okay, with these numbers that you're giving me and all these cases that you're talking about, and I also
She was
saw
dating
the law
Tony
firm that
Busby.
he worked for, y'all. Very big law firm. So in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, you're probably just like an average lawyer. You're probably making around, 150 to 200K a year. But when he started telling me about this celebrity client and throwing out all these big numbers, I'm like, okay, so this man has to be a millionaire, because you're throwing out these type of numbers. And even then, I do think when people throw out numbers, when it comes to like money and stuff, I feel like that's something that should be discussed with like close friends, family, like people in your personal circle, but not a woman that you just met on a dating app. Like how you just met me last week on a dating app, and you're already telling me about these type of returns and stuff or whatever.
It's called peacocking.
So nonetheless, we finished the run.
For those that don't know what peacocking is, it's when, the peacock, they got, the colorful feathers and all that. When they try to show off, they fan them joints out, be like, yeah, I'm here, look at me. One of them type of joints, dude trying to flex, like, yeah, I drive this, I do that, I got this much money, I'm about to make this much. You know what I mean? I do this, I do that. You know what I mean? Look at me, I'm one of them guys in the city. He trying to do that.
And at the time, y'all, this man was just a joke. We literally finished the run. At the end of the run, he was like, oh, I'm about to get ready and go to, I'm about to go to Equinox. And at the time, I didn't know that Equinox was a gym. Mind y'all, you have to keep in mind, I'm from a very small town. I moved from Orlando to here, but prior to living in Orlando, y'all, I was in Tallahassee.
I like Orlando.
I'm from Ocala, very small town. We don't have all these luxurious gyms and stuff. So Equinox, in my mind, it was a spa. That's the only thing I knew of Equinox from. So I'm like, oh, you're about to go get a massage or whatever? He's like, oh no, I'm about to go to the gym. This was like just my warm up. I'm about to go to the gym. You never heard of Equinox? I'm like, oh no, I don't think they have them where I'm from. Like, I've never heard of it or whatever. He's like, oh, well, let me show you them. Y'all, why does man go straight to the website and clicks on like the pricing and stuff, and he's showing me that the gym costs like, I think it was like $300, $400 at the time.
He's trying his best to show off.
And I didn't say anything like about the membership.
My man, a scammer.
But he went directly to the membership page. When you want to show somebody something, why aren't you going to the freaking pictures, idiot? Like, why aren't you going to the pictures? He goes directly to the pricing information. That's like showing me
what does that got to do with anything?
Complex, and instead of showing me the pictures, you show me the pricing. Like, why are you showing me this? So he wanted me to see that was his gym. And another thing, I parked closer to like he parked further away. I parked there. We were directly pretty much in front of my car. And he kept trying to get me to walk with him. And I think this is when he wanted me to see his car, because he mentioned the whole valet thing. Like, he wanted me to see his car so bad. But I
At
don't know.
least
It
she
just doesn't
picking up
sit
on
right in
everything
my
though.
spirit at the time for me to walk a man to their car. Like, why would a man want me to walk him to his car? Again, very pretentious, y'all. But he wanted me to walk him to his car. He didn't flat out say that, but we passed my car, and once I realized we passed my car, I was like, oh, I'm right here. He's like, come on. You don't want to walk? You don't. We just walked. We just did a 5K. Not
Right.
really, y'all, but come on, we literally just
Right.
walked. What do you mean? Do I want to walk? Why are you trying to get me to walk to your car? As a grown man, why are you not trying to open my door and walk me to my car? It was just weird. But nonetheless, y'all, fast forward to, I want to say, I think it was no longer than like 2 weeks in between from the first time that I officially met him at the park and from the time we went on our first date. Keep in mind, y'all, he picked the place of the first date. All I told him is that I like seafood. Typically, it does not make sense to go to
Mamba.
a seafood boil type of place on a first date. So I was not expecting that. I honestly was expecting him to choose like a fine dining restaurant. And when I say he researched, y'all, that man researched, investigated, examined, subpoenaed the damn menu. Because when we got to the date, well, let me back up.
Yo, she said he subpoenaed
Joey
the
Uptown.
menu.
If y'all been to Houston, I don't know if they're considered fine dining, but it's upscale. It's nice. I think their prices are reasonable. We end up going there. He asked me if I wanted to valet my car. Mind you, I mean, Joey's is nice, but it never gave valet my car. Definitely, we were also going during the daytime, y'all. It was in between happy hour, to be exact, and I think that's why he picked that time. Like, it never gave valet a car. Nonetheless,
it's like Confessions.
I always show up to my dates
It's not
early
that.
because
I like Confessions though, but it's not
I
that.
have anxiety. Like, when it comes to like first dates, I'm always very quirky and nervous and just anxious about stuff. So I would show up to my dates early and make sure I look good, get there, find a parking. Like, I don't ever want to be the person that's like late to a date unless, this is.
She a one of one. She is a one of one. Men, now y'all know this. A woman is never on time. You be like, all right, cool, I'm gonna pick you up at 7:30. Man, you out there at 7:25. She be like, give me 5 minutes. Like, all right, cool. I'm a little early. It is what it is. Man, 8:05 comes. She like, all right, I'm coming now. I'm coming now. Yo, she on it.
Third, fourth day, I get a little comfortable. But at the beginning, I don't want to be that person. So like I said, when we get in there, this man is, when I say you would have thought he was still in law school, because he was searching, scanning that menu up and down. I never seen somebody look into prices this hard. Like, it was a lot.
He wasn't looking at the prices. The man got a food allergy.
Anything to drink. And I am a talkative person, y'all. The server was a guy. I'm very talkative. Like, I still do this now. To this day, when I go out to eat, I always ask my server, definitely if it's my first time there, I always ask, like, what do you like? And I have been told
the most expensive thing on the menu.
It's not intentional, baby. It's just my aura. So I'm like, the guy asked me, can he start me off with something to drink? If y'all know me, y'all know I love sweet tea. So I'm like, I would like sweet tea, but is it sweet tea or is it just sweet tea? And he was just
she want the sugar.
It's sweet tea. It's good. I said, no, that good. It didn't sound confident. Like, would you possibly feel like you might get diabetes after this? Or like, what type of sweet tea is it? He's like, nah, it's just, I would just say it's more tea, but I can bring more sugar. And y'all, the drinks there for tea, it was gonna be like $6 or $7. Like if it's that type of sweet tea, I don't want it. I'm not gonna have to put my own sugar in it. So I'm like, no, I don't want that. So I end up just getting my usual, y'all.
That's Arizona. I haven't seen Arizona in a minute.
When it was time for him to order,
I think they still make those drinks.
I don't remember what he got. I really don't recall, but he ordered his drink. He asked the guy about like what size the question was. He asked the guy what size the cup was, y'all. He started asking cross-examination questions. He started asking lawyer questions, and it was just giving me the ick. Not that he already always brought up his job. Like, he would post things on social media. Exhibit A. Keep this in mind.
Let's change the word case dismissed.
Questions like this, getting out of black trucks, posting stuff like this. During this date, this is when I started to figure out that he was a liar. he was saying at one point that he was studying for the bar. And of course, I didn't want to look like I was not listening, so I didn't even question it. But I'm like,
Wait, what?
how are you posting? Because at the time, I'm thinking, like, okay, maybe he's actually
He a
just a lawyer
paralegal.
and not an attorney. Because if you're a lawyer,
A lawyer and
you
attorney
can
is the
give
same thing.
advice, but you can't actually like represent anybody. But if you're an attorney, you can represent people.
It's the
Like you
same
can
exact thing.
actually be in court or whatever. So I
He
didn't
might
want
be
to,
a
because at the
paralegal.
time I wasn't sure. But later I obviously still followed him on socials. So then I was able to see that he was actually saying that he was representing people, and it started coming back to me. He said that one of his clients was a big celebrity. So how are you representing people but you haven't taken the
You
bar test?
haven't
But at
passed
this
the
time
bar.
on the date, y'all, I didn't say any of this. I didn't combat it or question it because I wasn't really sure, because it was still early on. It didn't make sense until later when I talked to my friend. I'm like, okay, it makes sense. Fucking liar. You're a liar. But anyway.
Or some law degrees, you could practice in certain areas. So like, let's say he's licensed to practice in, like, I don't know, Mississippi, Alabama, New York, I mean Virginia, something like that. He might just be working to get his license in Texas or something like that. Also, who knows? Or he could just be a flat out lying ass.
The man comes back, the server comes back, and he starts asking all of these like really weird questions. And he was just like, what size salmon is this? I have never heard anybody ask. I've heard like the size of the steak, that you know how they put what type of steak it is,
That
how
boy
many
counting
pounds,
calories.
ounces, you know, they put that on there. He starts asking what type of salmon is it, what size salmon is it, do you think this drink is really worth $18? Like, y'all, the server was exhausted when he started asking all of these questions, and I also probably was exhausted.
It's the type of dude to get his eyebrows waxed.
Somewhere before, I start asking questions as well, but my questions are normal. I'm not asking if the freaking salmon before it got cooked, if it was on a diet or what type of food.
What's
I'm
the
not
salmon
asking
on a
these type of
diet?
questions. I'm just asking what's good. Like, I'm keeping it very cutesy. So I asked the server, like, what is like is the steak here good? Like,
Did
I'm
the
asking
salmon
questions.
swim
It's like,
upstream?
yeah, everybody gets these. Make sure you get, excuse me, he told me about these, what do you call them, the spicy bites. He was like, yeah, get these are really
What
good.
are those,
It's
like
this
the boudin balls or something like that?
y'all, they so good. I dream about that appetizer. So he was telling me about stuff or whatever, but I'm just asking, like, is it good or is it not good, how spicy it is, you know, normal questions, not investigation type of questions. That man was exhausted. Then he had the nerve to ask me if I liked the server. And then we got into this whole conversation about money and finances and stuff. And you know, that's the things that he liked to talk about, because remember, he's an investor. So I was just like, no, why would you ask if I like the server? He's like, you got flirty eyes. Like, you come out very flirtatious. And I'm like, I've been told that before, but like, we're on a date. Why are you asking me if I like the server? Like, what? And at the time, I remember he was kind of triggered, although don't know why he was triggered, but once he asked me if I liked the server, I'm like, no, I wouldn't. I think I said I wouldn't date a server, y'all. And at the time, that was my mindset.
They
like
make
I said,
$2.35 an hour.
Be a server, y'all. Still do. I would be a server now. I told y'all I did bottle girling, like just something to do on the fun time, but I wouldn't want to date a man or like be in a serious situation with a man that was a server, because I'm an entrepreneur. Anybody that works for themselves or works any type of 1099 job, you know it be up, down, up, down. I would prefer my man to have a base pay with commission, or just a salary. Even salary jobs, you sometimes work more than you actually work. Like, if you're an entrepreneur, I feel like you work 24/7. I feel like, I mean, you have days off because you make your schedule, but at the same time, the money be up and down, up and down. And he was just like, you don't see these prices? I'm sure they get paid very well. I'm gonna tip him very well. He kept mentioning that throughout the date or whatever. And my thing is, are you a server on the side? Because why are you so combative in trying to defend this man? I just said I wouldn't date a server. Now you asking me questions. They make a lot. My best friend is a server. She's been a server for honestly, she's been a server for 5, 6, 7 years, and she works at multiple fine dining steakhouses and things of that sort. So I know that they can make a lot of money, but I also know the downside of just having a 1099 and getting paid very minimum wage on slow days. I understand that. So I explained that to him. Then he started going into all of his investments and money. He's like, my portfolio was like this and that. He was just going through all of this stuff. And I'm just, at the time, y'all, I had long-term investments, but when it came to Bitcoin, crypto, day trading type of things, I was very ignorant. I didn't really know a lot about it.
I was on Bitcoin.
So now that I'm tapped in, a lot of things that he said, it don't sense. It does not make sense. He was seeing a lot of stuff that just did not make sense, and it just sounded like he was just literally just boasting about himself the entire day, y'all. So finally, when the check comes, y'all, when I say he's examining that check up and down, for a person that's talking about the first day minimum $300, but a couple years ago
that was
he was examining the hell out of the check. So maybe he is big money now, maybe he is, but back then I just thought it was odd, y'all. He did pay the tab, but this is where it gets funky. After the date, he's like, do you want to go to a bar or something? I also didn't mind going drinking with him, so I'm like, we can go somewhere. Do you have a place in mind? He was like, my homegirl told me about this shop. Everything was deals. He's like, my homegirl told me about it. I think it was because I've been here before now. I think it's R.A. Sushi. It's a sushi spot, y'all. They have a really good late night happy hour. So he was like, they have $5 shots and da da da. So he wanted to go there. I thought, y'all, but really this man really wanted me to see his car. He just wanted me to see his car because valet brought his car. When they brought his car back, he had a BMW, and I'm just thinking, like, you over here acting like you about to file bankruptcy, or you struggling, breaking your eyes like this, looking at the receipt to pay the bill, but you're doing all this and you drive a BMW. Y'all, it just didn't make any sense to me.
What's that got to do with anything?
We did go drinking or
whatever. I got a BMW right out there.
And I end up leaving. He did take me back to Uptown so I can get my car or whatever, but we left on the most awkward turn because when somebody gets drunk, they start talking and they start talking. He was telling me about a case, and like I said, this happened years ago. Can't tell y'all the ins and outs, the details of the case, but he was telling me about a case, and the man was wrong in this situation. And he was basically, he called the lady, his coworker, out of her name to me when he was telling me the story. And I just feel like men that call women bees or reference them as hoes, and I was side-eyeing him. Because when you got that liquor in you,
yeah,
and
I don't really understand that either.
Anytime a dude, it was just a mess.
Randomly talking about a girl, yeah, this bitch and this bitch.
I'm not gonna tell no one else's story.
It almost
like
became
I said,
social for
my
real.
My friend actually did come in contact with this man, went on a date with him, and it was a similar experience where he just talked about himself, make his job his entire personality. It was girl. When I say we was tired. We was tired. We can laugh about it now. It's happened a few times, and I just be like, all these years, and you're still with the same mentality that you had back then, and you're wondering why you haven't found nobody yet. It's just too much, girl. But that's pretty much it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in my next story time.
All right, so what we got from that? What did we learn, y'all? What we got from that is my man, he get his nails and feet done. He get his legs waxed. Get his eyebrows waxed. He dip his face in the spritz of water with the ice. You know what I mean? He one of those. You know what I mean? He's not a lawyer. He is a lawyer. He's into fitness. The man like men. It's just. I mean, y'all were thinking it. You see what I'm saying? The man like men. You know what I mean? He like a little on the side, but nah. He technically did everything but say, "Hey, yo, can I buy some pussy?" Like he did almost everything besides that. You see what I'm saying? Like if you just out kicking it with shorty, and she a pretty girl. You see what I'm saying? Like she just out to kick it, just to vibe with you. You know what I mean, get to know you and all that. Only thing you talking about is work. You know what I mean? You ain't just like the whole time leading up to it. She said that he was asking, what do you like to eat? What do you like to do? What's your style? So on and so forth. So we get to know her. And this is beforehand. Now that you actually got her out on a date and y'all chilling, you just talking about you. You talking about you and your job and what you potentially might do, because we don't even know if you a lawyer yet. You know what I mean? I don't think she found out for real. So we don't know what you got going on, but the whole time, instead of being into her and finding out what she like to do and all that, you just like, hey, I do this, I do that. You know what I mean? He might as well just say, hey, yo, can I buy some ass? He did everything but that. You know what I mean? But yo, follow shorty. You know what I mean? She seemed like cool people. She seemed entertaining and whatnot. Also, like, comment, subscribe on my joint. share the video. You feel me? Follow me on Instagram at Street Costello. Once again, my album comes out June 26th this year, 2026. I need y'all to listen to that. Shaded Strangers, all digital platforms. You feel me? Get at me. I'm out.